Hello viewers, today for the initial checking out of, we have this Honeywell Oscillating Fan. This is a model I've shown on the channel before. I have one that's in pretty junky, in pretty junky condition. This one is in very good condition. Before we continue with the video, I'm going to shrink the stand down a bit so that it fits into the camera angle better on the table. So this unscrews from here, and we can take this off of here, and then we can put the base directly onto this, and now we have, I guess, a table fan with a very large footprint. Very tall table fan. Okay, so this is the Honeywell fan. There's the information. They're very barely visible. It's the CAS Incorporated HS122-19, 0.35 amps, made in China. And there's that date thing, but I don't know. That doesn't look like any kind of decipherable information to me. Fortunately, there is a UL sticker here which reveals the date of 2003. This one looks like it has some hours on it, but nothing too crazy. It's overall in pretty decent condition aside from some of the dust and so forth. It generally looks pretty good. The oscillations knob and the speed control knob are there, which are missing. One of the two is missing on the other unit. There's some dust collecting on the blades and the guard. Get that cleaned off. This is a childhood model. I remember there was a classroom that had a couple of these, and for whatever reason I always thought they were kind of interesting. The design isn't the greatest. The blade is very, very high speed with a pretty shallow pitch, therefore it's quite loud. If the blades had a steeper pitch, this would probably be a pretty decent model. And it kind of goes along like with the CAS stuff of the era. A couple of weird designs. Actually, more so the home stuff of the 90s and the 2000s wasn't very good in terms of aerodynamic design. There seemed to be a lot of products that focused more on appearance and aesthetics than actual performance. Not good practice in my opinion, but that's what they did, and maybe it made them sell more, I don't know. Anyways, this is the plug. 2-prong polarized plug, 20. No fuse, of course. This is before the fused era, although it's not that far ahead. Within a couple of years, oh boy. Within a couple years, we would see the Lasco box fan recall, and we would see the fuse plug start to become very commonplace. So it looks like it was on the oscillations. We'll turn those off. Right now we're testing at 119.4 the volts. Go over to the amp setting. And let's go ahead and turn this on. It does have the child safety switch that you have to press down to turn. Just kind of interesting. The same one that was found on many other CAS brands. It starts off on high. Okay, so this is running at the high speed now. and the airflow is actually abysmal. And I suspect that's largely because of the dust accumulating on the leading edge of the blades. It's drawing 0.3 amps, 36 watts, with a power factor of 0.98, so it's definitely a PSC motor, as one would expect. The balance is actually really good. It doesn't feel out of balance pretty much at all to me. So that's good at least. Let's go down to the medium. Not much of a difference in speeds, which would reveal a design flaw. The design flaw being that the motor does in fact have enough power to draw a blade with deeper pitch. If it had more resistance on it, we would see a better range and speeds. Although I guess it's not all that under load, because 0.3 amps versus 0.35 amps is a pretty minimal discrepancy. We're right now at 0.25 amps, teetering between 2.5 and 2.6. 31 watts with a power factor of 0.98 still. Making some weird noises. Probably just need some bearing service. And there we have the low, which again has a very marginal difference in speed. The power draw is 0.23 amps, 28 watts, with a power factor of 0.98. And you can see here the blade pitch is just really shallow, and that's going to result in this very noisy performance that we have. Actually sounds like it's not running properly. It sounds like the speed is changing a little bit. And it must not be changing enough to change the power draw, but it sounds like it's accelerating, decelerating. Yeah, it definitely is. That sounds like some kind of a mechanical issue in the oscillation gearbox. Well, let's turn on that oscillation gearbox and see if it changes anything. Started going significantly faster, and it's down to 0.22 amps, so it did take some load off the motor, so that's kind of interesting. I still hear the sound, but it doesn't seem like it's impacting the performance as much, or if at all. There's the medium, and this is just so much louder than the average 12-inch oscillations VN. Okay, and now the high. Whoa, not good. A little too much spring. Okay. Yeah, there's something fishy about this oscillation box. And the spin down is not too bad. Actually, it's better than I thought it would be. It's not going to be real long with a blade like this because the blade doesn't weigh very much. So interestingly enough, this is a nice cosmetic example. The other one I have is a better mechanical example. So maybe we'll perhaps just combine the two to make a very nice one cosmetically, and then we'll have one that works but is not quite as nice cosmetically.